So on this episode, we are talking all about Nintendo Switch Online. It just released and is active right now, so we're going to be talking all about that, making 2 new cocktails based off of some of our amazing Nintendo stories. And it's coming up right after this. Welcome back, guys. Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers and my awesome co-host,
Shelle-Chii, beep, beep, boop.
Just like the Rob Robot. Classic. Awesome. So, if you're new to the channel, we make 2 new geek-themed cocktails every single Thursday based off of video games, movies, cosplay, and a treasure chest full of geekery. So if any of that interests you, definitely hit that little subscribe button down below and the little bell notification so you never miss a thing. And let's jump right into the drinks. So we're going to do rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first to make our drinks.
As always.
Always. Ready?
You're gonna win.
I'll win.
As always.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, you won.
Boom, 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 boom.
Damn.
Them skizzers, bish.
So what are you making?
So I am going to be...
Little hint.
Yeah, I was
going
going
to
to say, spoiler alert. I'm going to be making a drink based off of the NES Controller. Because one of the updates that you will find out about is that there's going to be a classic controller that you can play all of the classic games that are coming out.
It's kind of like a Joy-Con, yeah. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
But to start off, I'm going to be doing this in the shaker first. We're not shaking, but it's going to be in the shaker. I just like
mixed
doing
in.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's fun, absolutely.
Boom. So get a fair chunk of ice there. Make sure your thing stays on the coaster.
The fantastic, is that Overwatch? No, it's Pokemon.
That's Pokemon.
Pokemon coaster.
Yeah.
I got my Bullet Bill.
Yes, so you can take that over there for a second there.
Definitely do that.
So in this shaker glass, we are going to want to do 1 ounce of that skewer you're not using yet. So 1 ounce.
Spoiler alert.
I know, right? Of Fireball whiskey. Yum, 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 yum. Fireball is amazing, guys.
So good.
Haven't tried it yet? Seriously, do.
Also, if you haven't tried it yet, you haven't been making any of our drinks. So come on, guys.
Exactly.
Let's get with the game.
Then got some what is it?
Butterscotch schnapps.
Butter ripple schnapps. Just saying. It's not butterscotch, it's butter
Pretty
ripple.
sure it says butterscotch.
It says butter ripple.
It says butter ripple.
I'm right.
Shell wins.
I win! Ding, ding, ding! Point 2 of the night.
Yeah, no kidding. You're like barely into the episode and you're like schooling me already.
God!
Yeah.
And then 1 ounce of Malibu, because if you guys know me, you know I love my Malibu.
Everybody loves Malibu.
Well, who doesn't? You can literally just drink this straight. You don't even have to mix it with anything.
It's tasty.
It is.
Way better when it's mixed though.
Oh yeah, I know, but it sounded so Canadian there. I know.
Yeah, I know, eh?
I know, but you know.
Then speaking of some Canadian, we're gonna go in with some Coors Light. Obviously the mountains aren't blue, so this is cold, but that's part of the reason why I wanted to get this in this shape.
That's like my least favorite beer.
You know what? A lot of people say that Coors Light tastes like
It's too watery for my taste. For my taste.
No, to each their own.
Absolutely.
And then a splash of root beer. So who doesn't love
The
root
best.
beer?
Actually, not the best. Root beer.
And W has this.
See, I find Barks is really good. Have you ever had Nickel Brook root beer? It's amazing. It's like actual root beer. Like
Nice.
phenomenal.
That
I actually
root
want
beer?
to. I actually want to get some for on the show because it's phenomenal.
That's awesome. I'm gonna leave you
Super
some
good.
actual ice.
Thanks.
So I'm just giving this a little kind of stir.
Not a shake.
Not a shake because there's carbonated stuff in there. But first, but first, I'm going to
Surprise.
go in with some cherries.
Some maraschino cherries.
Oh, okay, that's not gonna work. They are kind of skewering around. So these are meant to represent the buttons on the controller. So, boom. Make them look all pretty full.
Ooh.
Isn't that pretty, guys?
And are you gonna pour it over the cherries?
Is that proper bar technique? I have no idea.
It's not.
Well, it's kind of beside the cherries.
Well, it's definitely over 1.
Well, there we go. Now
Over
it's
one.
not over.
Overwatch.
Over none.
Over none.
There we go. It's not full, but that's okay. Because that's a huge glass, so boom.
It's a cool color too.
That is a very cool color.
Nice.
It's very beery.
So what do you call that?
I call this the NES controller. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit more root beer in there just to make it a little bit darker. There we go.
There we go. Nice.
There we go.
So if you did want it as, oh, that's kind of cool, eh?
Yeah.
Like down on the bottom, a little bit of separation. If you wanted it a little bit darker, you could probably use like a darker beer.
Yeah, you totally could. Maybe some Guinness or something like that. That would go good.
I don't know if Guinness would go with that combination. I
Guinness
I
is
don't
very
think it'd
like
be-
rich and caramelly almost.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
something else dark. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
there we go. NES controller. Ding 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 ding.
Bam.
They don't go ding ding, but that's okay.
They go like this.
Click 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 click.
We have our microphone right there. So if you're wondering what I was doing.
It's like, so today we're gonna be playing some old school Nintendo ASMR with the Geeky drinkers.
And then you rage
That's what it sounds like when you play old school Nintendo.
All right, so mine, I'm celebrating the Nintendo Switch Online with a drink that I call the Switch Online.
Ooh,
So
how
I'm-
appropriate.
Making that in my Geeky Drinkers glass etched glass. In a shaker glass, what we're gonna do is we're going to put some ice in there. Yeah, that's good. So we're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna do 1 ounce of gin. So our preferred gin is Dixon's Distilled Spirits Wicked Gin. It's one of my favorites. They are an awesome distillery.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about them, I can shoot a card up in there with an interview that I did at the Kitchener Rip Fest and Beer Fest. It was fantastic, so definitely take a look at that. It was super fun. So we have 1 ounce of Dixon's Distilled Spirits Wicked Gin.
Ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
More ASMR for you.
Then I have 3/4 of an ounce of white rum. So you can use any kind of rum. This is from Cuba. As you guys know, if you've watched previous episodes,
We love using that rum.
it's really good. I have a lot of it, so it's very good. It's very versatile. So you have 3/4 of an ounce of that. Then we have 1/4 of an ounce of blue curacao. So I'm kind of modeling this off of the Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch. If you saw a little earlier, I do not have the colorful Joy-Cons. This was the last.
What is this?
This is the last Nintendo Switch that was in the store when I bought it, and I needed it. So I just have the gray ones.
Hey, you know what? I like it. It gives it more of a mature look.
Yeah, but the colorful ones are fun.
Yeah.
Dude,
but-
okay, so you wanted to. So we were talking in our Nintendo E3 episode, which I will shoot a card up in here. We were talking about Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Did you see that they have a Let's Go Pikachu Nintendo Switch?
What?
So with the Joy-Con, yeah, it's super, super cool.
I got to check out the Pokeballs that they're going to be using
Oh, really?
at Fan Expo at,
Nice.
the Nintendo booth. That was really cool. So, yeah.
What?
Ah, you didn't get to, and I
No?
did.
Oh, man. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up in the Fan Expo.
Me
episode.
too. I'm really surprised. Why didn't I? With the H
Ooh.
shell.
So we have 1/4 of an ounce of blue curacao.
Disappointed.
No, unacceptable. And then we have 3 ounces of blue raspberry martini mix. So this is non-alcoholic. It's more or less just kind of like a cocktail mix. You can get it at most grocery stores. You can also get it at the dollar store, I believe. I think it's like $2.50 or something like that.
Dollarama.
Dollarama. So that's pretty cool. It's really, really delicious. It's amazing.
Can you use them for mocktails?
So, yep, which we did. If you guys aren't interested in the booze and you want to check out one of our earlier episodes about mocktails, I'll shoot a card up in there. It was a My Little Pony episode, but the mocktails were amazing.
They were so good.
They were super tasty, and it kind of made us think outside the box because normally it's just like, okay, let's what kind of booze can we use? This was like, okay,
Yeah.
no booze on this
No
one. So
booze,
it was
it
a
was
little
really
bit, a little
fun.
bit tricky.
It was fun. I liked
It
it.
was definitely fun. So, and then when you're done that, just wanna shake, shake, shake,
You can actually shake.
shake, shake, shake that up. Yeah, I can actually shake.
You know what? That does taste like tea when it's warm.
Oh, I know. I can't do Coors Light. So now that we've got some nice aeration
Beautiful
going on in
aeration.
there, so we're gonna throw a little bit more ice in your glass.
The Geeky drinker's
Pour
glass.
in there. We're just gonna pour that right on in. Just like that.
That is a beautiful blue color.
And now there's a blue Joy-Con and a red Joy-Con. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. So, what you can do is, over the ice, you can pour just a little bit of grenadine in. So, not an exact measurement on this, just kind of drizzle it over top.
And she will sink to the bottom.
She'll sink to the bottom. It'll give you definitely a cool layer on it. And a really beautiful color. So, if you take a look at that, that is my Nintendo Switch Online.
Alright guys, it's time for our Geek of the Week segment. So, basically, if you comment on our videos, you are eligible to become the Geek of the Week, and we will feature you in one of our episodes. So make sure you comment on the episode to get your chance to be featured. So this week, the Geek of the Week is from a channel called Queer Stains, and they said, I genuinely love the combination of cute fluffy dolls and alcohol. TBH, it's so cozy. Thank you so much. We try to make our setups as cozy as possible so you feel at home.
And as fun as possible, because I know one thing that I like when I'm watching videos is stuff to look at in the background. Like
Other than our stupid
Other than
dogs.
like the heads.
Our faces.
Yep. So so thank you again for the comment, and as Shell mentioned earlier, if you want to be our Geek of the Week and featured and shouted out, shoot a comment down below and let us know what your favorite NES game is, and we'll pick from there and in a future video, and you could be a Geek of the Week. So now that we've got our drinks made, it's time to cheers.
Cheers.
Now are you gonna eat that before?
Oh, I was gonna say that could have been a mess. There you go. You know, I could just plunk her in. No, that's very dangerous to put something sharp. There we go. That's fine.
Cheers.
YOLO! Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn, that's smooth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely give that a try.
I am digging that so hard.
Where did you drink? There?
Yeah. Ooh. Mmm.
That's delicious.
Isn't she?
Damn.
Isn't she?
The only way I will drink Coors Light.
There you go. There you go. Let's put a little bit more in there.
Yeah, that was damn good. Oh, guys, seriously, delicious.
Aren't my beer cocktails always so good?
I would say you win this round for tastiness.
Yay!
Damn, that was delicious.
I love it. It's very good.
So, Nintendo Switch Online. So, awesome. So, hasn't been like a whole ton of details that have been announced by Nintendo. There's been a little bit, but there's mainly been 5 kind of main things that they've really been pushing for the Nintendo Switch Online. So one of the first things, obviously, it's multiplayer. So you're going to get online multiplayer when you play Nintendo Switch Online.
Instead of just local.
Yeah, instead of just local. I'm just going to set that there for now.
There we go.
No, I'm not, because I don't want to lock my drink.
Oh, there you go. And also accidental spillage. You don't want to ruin your Switch.
Yeah, definitely not. So obviously there's going to be online multiplayer. So that's going to take into account things like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, like Rocket League. There's going to be, Splatoon for sure.
Mario Kart?
I imagine Mario Kart.
I'm assuming. Mario Party?
So Super Mario, I believe it's Super Mario Party is the one coming out for the Switch. So I'm excited about that because there hasn't been an online, at least that I know. I don't think there's been an online Mario Party before. No. So that's actually going to be kind of cool. The pricing for it, I'll just kind of shoot the pricing out first. It's actually not bad. It's well priced. So for 1 month, it's $3.99. 3 months is $7.99. A year, so 12 months is $19.99. And you can do, if you have 2 or more Nintendo accounts, you can have a family like a family plan, basically. So it's $34.99 for 12 months. Wow. So that's actually pretty damn good, because Is
that the most affordable live subscription service?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So that's actually pretty cool. Super smart on Nintendo on doing the family one, because I know that's something that I would be interested in. That's a big reason why I don't have Xbox Gold, like a gold subscription. I don't play a ton of games online or anything like that, but because I have multiple people in the family that could use it, I don't want to have to pay like a $60 subscription for each account. So super smart on Nintendo's part. Fantastic. One of the cool things that I have a lot of questions about that they announced is basically unlimited NES gameplay, which comes along with your online subscription. So with that, I imagine that there's going to be a certain catalog of NES games that you'll get to play. They are going to be constantly adding to it over time. So obviously they have like titles like Metroid and like Legend of Zelda and like Super Mario and like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and everything like that. So they've definitely got a big catalog of classic games. And they're going to be adding more titles over time, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
One thing that kind of irks me about that a little bit is that anybody that bought an NES Classic, if they get a Switch Online subscription, that
just null and void
renders your NES Classic basically useless.
Well, it was kind of like a novelty thing.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of it too was to kind of hype the NES games up. So I mean, smart at the time, but I mean, if you were one of the people that ended up paying like $250-$300 for an NES Classic,
wah, wah.
Sorry, but
sorry guys.
Too bad on
Nintendo's hashtag sorry not sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. So right now at least there's just the NES games that are on there. I'm very, very curious to see if they're going to be expanding that into like SNES or N64 or any other games like that. If they don't, they need to get a virtual console on there, just like they did on the Wii, just like they did on the Wii U, because it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like the game selection wasn't like full catalog or anything like that, but it was fantastic. It was really, really good. So that was one. Another cool thing is you're going to be able to have the option to save your game data in the cloud. Yeah. So if your console hits the bricks,
dies, R.I.P.
Then you're not super, super screwed. Because I know fortunately I haven't had a lot of consoles crap out on me. I've had save files become corrupt, where like I'll be like 70 plus hours into a game and it's just like, oh, can't load game file. I'm just like raging. That's like really the only time that I like rage on games.
Oh my god, same. Like
no, you said you rage like all the time. I have proof of that in this episode here. It was the PC versus console.
Okay, fine.
So you can't even say that.
I rage most at
corrupt save files.
That's the most that I rage at.
Is that super common in like PC gameplay?
I've only ever had it happen to me once for Mass Effect.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucked so bad. I hated it. That's
how many hours in do you think you were?
I think like 5 or 6.
Okay, so that's not.
It wasn't too bad.
That's not that bad.
It was my first experience of playing Mass Effect, so it kind of soured it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've had more consoles corrupt on me and stuff like that. But you know, we know our fair share of console corruption. We both used to work for Xbox customer support.
Yeah. So we know all about it.
Oh my god, yeah, we've heard all of the stories.
Yeah. Another thing that Nintendo's doing, which I think is super dumb, is one thing that they're really promoting. And it's you can connect your smartphone and you can do voice chat over like multiple different games. Why is that stupid? Because you shouldn't have to have a smartphone to do voice chat if you're playing online. It should
be in your game. Like, it should already be built into your console, not...
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a separate app. And I've never really seen Nintendo games as, like, games that you need to really talk with people.
I would say, like Rocket... Like, I can imagine, like, Smack Talk and stuff like that for stuff like Smash Brothers and, like, Mario Kart. But, like, Rocket League would be something... Like, team-based games or, like...
But at the
like
same
even
time,
Splatoon, like that'd be something that you'd want to have for like
it takes
a voice
away
chat.
the kind of like family friendliness of it though, because as soon as you add in voice chat, you know that's the thing that
what's gonna happen.
Up. You know it's gonna happen as soon as you put in voice chat. So I feel that takes away from the kind of Nintendo vibe because they've never really had that before, and that's I've never struggled in a Nintendo game playing online with the lack of communication. So I feel that adding that in is kind of just gonna add in a layer of like. Kind of something that parents don't want to deal with, and they go to Nintendo for the experience of not having to deal with that kind of shit. So I feel it's kind of just like, taking away from
Yeah.
what they've built off of as a family-friendly console.
Yeah.
So
one other reason, like those are very, very good points. Other reasons why I think it's super dumb is you have to have a smartphone that's compatible with it. Most people do, because I imagine it's a pretty light.
if you have a Switch, then you probably
have a smartphone. But at the same time, then you have to have headphones that you're plugging into your smartphone.
Yep. With a microphone.
With a microphone. Most phones come with that, so not the end of the world, at least something. But the other thing that you have to have is, like, if, say you're playing for, like, 6 hours, your app is going to be connected to something that's going to do voice chat. So you're going to have it either plugged in or on a battery or some kind of power on it.
True.
So, I mean, you're adding one cable in for that. You're adding another cable in for your headphones or anything like that. Depending on how you have your Switch, you might have another cable for that. I think it's too much. And
so many cables.
It's too much to do. I think Nintendo needs to take a step back and really look at it as to how can we make this easier in a software update, because they can definitely do it. Mm-hmm. I believe that they can, even if it's just adding voice compatibility through the auxiliary jack. Not super hard.
That's not hard at all. There's an auxiliary jack on there. Oh
Right
my
there.
God! Why?
You can. That's the thing.
Nintendo. You can tell this is not a sponsored video.
Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored because we're smash talking Nintendo.
But like anybody that knows me though, like Nintendo, I love Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
I think this is probably the dumbest thing that they've done in a long time. And also too, I'm not a huge online multiplayer, but that kind of thing is super discouraging. Like I take a look at it, I'm like, no, that's too much effort for just voice chat.
But you know, in the end, for some games, you're gonna end up doing it.
Absolutely, it's just a pain in the ass.
You're just mad that you're gonna have to. I agree. It's stupid.
Yeah.
No, Nintendo, WTF, mate. What the hell?
So, I mean, when it comes to that, I think that's really dumb. If you guys have a better solution or you agree with me, definitely shoot a comment down below because I want to hear your thoughts. Talk to me about this. If you think it's a fantastic idea, convince me. My mind is open, but right now as it stands, it's a stupid idea, and I'm very curious to see how Nintendo handles that.
Yep.
The other kind of main feature that they're pushing out is special offers.
Question mark?
Question box.
Yeah,
because it's
question
Nintendo.
Box.
So I imagine there's got to be a certain element of, well, what is that? How can I get it? What is it? I want to know it.
It's the fucking loot crate.
Exactly.
It's literally just loot crates.
It's not. I imagine that it's going to be something very similar to what PlayStation does, where like you get this is the game this month, or like like maybe 70% off of this title.
But that's still...
or something along those lines.
It was just so lame for them to have put it last and have it, like, it seemed like it was gonna be the, like, coolest thing. It was just like, and also, and I had the question mark and just like, oh, what's that gonna be? And it was just like, haha.
Special offer.
Special stuff?
So I'm curious to see what that is. Personally, like, as excited as I am to get Switch Online on launch date, which is today when we're recording, the 18th of September, I'm probably not going to. Because right now there's too many unknown factors. The voice chat's kind of a pain in the ass. And at the moment I don't... I have a couple games that I can play online, but
you don't want to. You're not like needing.
Exactly. It's not the kind of thing where it's just like I need this in my life right now. When I get like Rocket League or like Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out, I'll probably
Mario Party,
like there's gonna be some point, I imagine probably around like November, December or so, where I do end up getting a subscription to it. Like even if it's just like a 1 month for like $4, because it's $4.
Yeah, $4. Like
$4 to try it out for a month. Not the end of the world. But,
I played Roller Coaster Tycoon on my phone for more.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's $4, but at the same time, it is very, very well priced. So
it's reasonable.
They definitely have that going for them. There are a lot of positives for it, but the voice chat's super dumb. Big negative on my side.
And surprise whatever loot crates that we don't know what they are going to be. That's kind of just like a kick in the ass.
The other thing that was really neat to see until they announced the other feature of it was the NES controller that you can get to play the NES games on Nintendo Switch Online. It was super cool. They were like, yep, it's like a regular size controller for
It's
the
exactly
NES.
like this.
The exact same one here. It is wireless. So I was like, cool.
That's awesome.
It's a peripheral because there are wireless ones that you can get for like the NES Classic and things like that. The only downside on that is that to charge it, you have to put it basically where your Joy-Cons are on your Nintendo Switch.
So you want to charge your Joy-Con and your NES controller? No, sorry, you can't do that.
You can't do that. I am curious if they're gonna include like a charge port for it. Probably not.
It looked like it might have had a port on the top though.
So
the way that it looked, it might have had
an
intake port. So maybe.
So we'll see. The only thing that I'm very cautious on that is that if that's the only thing that you can use it for is the NES like
games,
arcade, or like the NES games on Nintendo Switch Online, to justify the $60 US price tag on that for 2 of them, it's a little on the iffy side.
You can just play it on your regular controller.
Yeah, you can still use the Joy-Cons and everything like that, and it'll be similar.
Yeah.
But the feel that they want to have is that it's just like you're playing your original NES. So take that with a grain of salt. I do want to hear what you guys have to think about it. If you're super excited, if you think we're completely off base,
or we're nuts,
or we're crazy, we're nuts. Definitely shoot a comment down below and let us know, because we do want to hear. We want to hear what you guys think of the drinks. Wow, you powered through that.
And you
crap.
barely touched yours.
I know.
I was refilling mine the whole time too. I finished off the beer too.
Oh my god. So yeah, let us know down in the comments what you think. I'm gonna chug mine back.
Yeah.
What are you? So you actually said that you're looking forward to getting a Switch, right?
Yes, I am. I have a Wii U, and I think the game that I played most on was probably Mario Kart.
Yep. Like Mario Kart 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I freaking owned you guys.
So that episode, so speaking of that, so that episode hasn't come out yet. We were having some issues with our game capture device. So that's in the works.
It's in the works, but
so
needless to say,
it is coming soon.
We played Mario Kart just to play for that night, and they were like thinking they were gonna win. I told them how good I was. They just didn't believe me.
But you know what? We'll have that for round 2.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, either way, let us know down in the comments and what you thought. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed that, if you enjoyed the discussion and the drinks. Don't forget to hit that little subscribe button as well. And until next week, stay geeky, guys.